What's up, guys? It's Ted from Immersion here, and this is that long-awaited review of mine of Dragon Plus. Just to give you a heads up about what this overview is, or this review is going to be like, I'm going to flip through the most recent issue of Dragon Plus that released back in October. There will be a new one coming out in December, but I just wanted to go more over the app itself than actually reviewing the issue. I will flip through the entire issue so you guys can see it. And I'll talk a little bit about some of the mainstays. I don't know how the audio is going to be because this is on my phone, and any little movement seems to make some sort of like crackling noise, but hopefully everything comes out okay. So basically this is the main interface of Dragon Plus. You have Dragon Plus at the top, you have all your current issues here, there's only 4. You can hit archive and that basically undownloads it from your phone. Then you have to re-download it to view it. And then down the bottom here is the latest news. So if you want to keep up to date with D&D, news as it comes out, or you can wait till Friday for this guy to make this D&D weekly update video, which would, if you missed it, that would be me. But this is a good way to keep up to date because they put stuff on all of their different social medias. They have the Wizards of the Coast official website, a Facebook, a Tumblr, a YouTube, all this other stuff. It's all congregated here. So if you want to keep track, you can just look right here on Dragon Plus, and if you click on one of the links, it'll take you directly to whatever that is. Like for instance, this they just broke $100,000 donated for Extra Life, which is a more recent development. But let's actually get into one of the issues. So we'll click on the most recent one, which has to do with a lot of older video games. So, first layout, you got the front cover. This one's got a blinky eye. Sometimes they're animated, sometimes not. First page in is always a how-to and how to use Dragon Plus. I don't think it's really rocket science, so I'll just kind of show you as we go through. Then you have your table of contents It's not a more formal table of contents. It has a little bit for a blurb on each article, and then you can click read it now and jump automatically to it. If you tap on the screen, it'll bring up on the bottom here, you'll see it's the individual pages / articles. You can also use the search down the bottom. You can like and share from here as well. So let's just get right into it. So mainstay of every issue is this letter from the editor. I don't really think I need to go into that, but there is a survey here that you can take, which might be worth it. I don't know what the deadline is, you might want to check the rules, but what your thoughts are on Dragon Plus, what you'd like to see done better with Dragon Plus, and you can win a $50 gift card. So that's probably worth it if you want to see this get better. First article here is on the good old games and GOG.com and all that, so articles on all sorts of Dungeons & Dragons classic games, and a place where you can go and pick those up. And obviously, like a regular magazine, you have advertisements. These are all D&D themed because it makes sense. So here's one for Sword Coast Legends. The Dwaygar, I guess is how you pronounce it, Dwarves. This was released, we did not meet the goal to actually have the information released during the Extra Life weekend, but they basically gave us a whole background on this, which I do like getting more background because there is more information here and more information about the development of this dwarven subtype than there is in the actual released Sword Coast Adventure Guide. So more of this kind of stuff I would like to see, personally, since I'm thinking about playing a Blade Singer next. I'd love to see more information on Blade Singers in general and where that whole style of magic came from for wizards. But what was really neat about this was you could sort of glean from this article before the Sword Coast Adventurers Guide came out what kind of information and what kind of benefits they would have. Somewhere in here it talks about how they have enlarged person at 3rd level and invisibility at 5th. It also talks about 120-foot dark vision, sunlight sensitivity, and their resistances to paralysis and poison and all that good stuff. This is another article that seems to be a mainstay of the magazine. This is Travel Talk. It is an article written in character perspective of basically this intrepid character who travels around Faerun, because that's where, at least Faerun right now, into various locations and, whatever it is themed. So last month it was more Elemental Evil themed, or the month before, so it was more themed around that. This month it's obviously Rage of Demons, Out of the Abyss, that whole thing. So this intrepid character here, what's the name? Melisande Calidor here travels into the Underdark. It's a whole article written in the first person of traveling into the Underdark. There's an article for Neverwinter, which actually comes out Tuesday, so tomorrow, 17th of November. This is just an image, or an article about coming up with the cover, not much to talk about there. A highlight on Neverwinter Stronghold. So again, if you're a player of Neverwinter, there may be updates and background information, behind the scenes stuff for the upcoming updates for the game. So maybe another reason, if you're not a hardcore pen and paper D&D fan, but you want to keep up to date on Neverwinter, this might not be a bad idea. Here's a thing about the Sword Coast Adventure Guide. Here's a whole article on Bellafoss. This probably has to do because Bellafoss is the main villain for Sword Coast Legends. Here's another article or an advertisement from We Love Fine, because they have some D&D clothing available. This I really like. This is sort of a fan fiction written by Chris Perkins. Story by Chris Perkins, written by Adam Lee. And this is called The Theme, and it's a whole flump-based little story. So this is pretty cool. I like this kind of stuff because it's different. I would like to see more of this in the future. I also wouldn't mind seeing fan submissions or a Q&A kind of thing like you used to see in older magazines. Then you got an interview with Jay Turner, who's one of the main guys behind Sword Coast Legends. Again, at this point, having done the review now, this game is already out, but prior to that, it was not. Article, again, on Neverwinter Stronghold, coming to Xbox. Here's a little background information about Rage of Demons, and I believe there's also the Extra Life stuff in here as well. There's a couple of D&D podcasts, Acquisitions Inc. Here's the Extra Life, and these links will actually take you directly to the Extra Life, and this brings up one of my biggest issues with this. They broke the first two parts. Okay, this is a 48-hour live stream, and all the characters and players did it in 4-hour shifts. So part 1 is 4 hours, part 2 is 40 hours, then you broke part 3 up into a 40-hour block. Why not continue the 4-hour breakout? I don't know. Then we have a whole issue, or getting into Dice Masters, which is a dice-based competitive game. I don't know really anything about it. I have the Dungeons & Dragons starter set. I'm thinking about getting into it. Once I do that, I will give a review of the game and the Dungeons & Dragons stuff. I actually received a couple of booster packs when with my Extra Life donation, reward package. So hopefully, I'll be able to put those to good use. And this might also be something where I might just go to my local game shop, because they have Intro to Dice Master tournaments and Intro to Dice Master days at the shop. So it might teach me what I need to know. And I believe, I could be wrong, that Dice Masters is interchangeable. So just because you're playing with the Dungeons & Dragons Dice Master set, doesn't mean you can't battle your friend who's playing with the Marvel Dice Master set. So we'll look into that. More reviews to come in the future. An article just on Dungeons & Dragons, and this is the issue happened to me the last time when I originally tried to do this review and it got stuck. See this? I clicked on the link by accident, but that was for audiobooks. You see how it's not going to the next page? This is an issue I have had with Dragon Plus, where sometimes you're like, oh, okay, I'm done with the I'm done with the magazine, and you just leave because you're like, okay, that's everything. But this isn't the end of the issue. This is just a part where it got held up. So if we click, well, not on that, because it's going to keep doing that. So let's go back, click here. You can see that there's still more stuff going on. It's just getting held up on that Audible page. So we'll see if we can't skip past the Audible page here. So, like any other magazine, too, you have short comics and things like that. So that's always something to look forward to. Here, again, a whole issue on the Adventure League and the Extra Life and how that went. And then finally, the last page. So we only missed a couple of pages, but if that Extra Life article is something that really interested you, you would completely miss it because, your app gets hung up. So the app is a little buggy, could use a little work. And here's the last little bit about the next issue. So this one is going to be coming out in December. There's a caveat on all these that say the subject matter is, subject to change, because, if they decide they're going to announce some big book or some new video game or whatever between now and the release of the next issue, that may take over it. But the plan right now is to have Aaron Evans on, who's the author of the Brimstone Angel series, all about Farida the Warlock. Very interesting stuff, a lot lighter than R.A. Salvatore's Drizzt stuff, so I enjoyed it in that respect. It does drag on in some points, but I still enjoy it. So the 5th book in her series, Ashes of the Tyrant, is coming out on December 29th, but it's interesting because it's a novel, but it's in hardback. So that'll be coming out. She'll be discussing some of that. And then there's more information about Ashes of the Tyrant. They'll be talking about the Siege of Dragonspear. This is a new game in a similar vein to Baldur's Gate. Always great. Again, here's the article, or the survey. And then they also tell you, don't forget, you can go back to the main page and see all the new information daily, D&D news. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think of Dragon Plus. Are you a fan? Do you think it needs to be better? Would you like to see more information in it? I personally would like to see more crunchy style, or fluffy style stuff, really. Anything in here, more racial information, more class information. Unearthed Arcana is great, but it only comes out once a month. Granted, this only comes out once every other month, but if we could have Unearthed Arcana every month and then a little bit more in content every other month, I think that'd be great, because I'm sure you, like myself and several others, are starving for new content. We know we're not getting new Splat books all the time, but, we waited a year for the Sword Coast Adventures Guide, and it didn't give us that much information, and not even something for every class. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and now that I've actually got my mobile recording working, maybe I'll get into my favorite D&D app review sometime later this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy gaming, and I'll see you next time.